Thanks for tuning into this tutoring session. My name is Erin, I'm a tutor with Cambly, and today we'll be talking about sentence structure, focusing on the 4 types of verbs. I'm so excited to get into this with you all. Let's start off with the definition of a verb. When we talk about verbs and sentence structure, we're talking about the action word in a sentence. It describes an action or a state of being. Let's take the sentence, Mary ran home. The verb in this sentence is ran because it is the action that Mary performed. A verb as a state of being would be Mary was tired. The verb in this sentence is was because it is describing Mary's state of being. With these example sentences, I've already used 2 out of the 4 types of verbs. And yes, there are 4 types of verbs, but don't worry, they're really easy to remember, and I'll help you learn with some tricks. So the 4 types of verbs include transitive, intransitive, linking, and passive verbs. Let's get into what each of those means, starting with passive. And to do that, we're going to talk about passive versus active voice. Active voice describes a sentence where the subject performs the verb. In this example, Daniel slammed the door. The subject is in red and the verb is in green. This sentence is an active voice because Daniel, the subject, performed the verb slammed. Passive voice, on the other hand, describes a sentence where the subject is acted upon by the verb. In other words, the verb comes before the subject in the sentence. The door was slammed by Daniel. Like before, the verb is in green and the subject is in red. But we see that the verb comes before the subject in this sentence, making it passive voice. Passive verbs are verbs that are used in sentences that use passive voice. Transitive verbs, on the other hand, are used in sentences that use active voice. Let's think back to our definition of an active voice sentence. The subject comes before the verb. The ballerina danced on stage. The subject in green is the ballerina, and the verb in red is danced. This is a transitive verb because this is an active voice sentence. Notice how in the transitive verb sentence, there was an object after the verb. The ballerina danced on stage. The object is stage. Intransitive verbs use a subject and a verb, but do not take an object. In this same example, we've gotten rid of the object on stage. So the complete sentence is, the ballerina danced. This verb is intransitive because it did not take an object. The 4th and final type of verb are linking verbs. These verbs describe the subject's state of being. The pie is good. In green, we have the subject, and in red is the verb. The verb in this sentence is because this is describing the subject. The second sentence says, I am happy. The subject is in green, I, and the verb is in red, am. The linking verb is am because it is describing I. So that's all I have today for the 4 types of verbs. I sincerely hope this video helps you better understand sentence structure and verbs. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys next time.